The Kingfisher .65 has arrived. Hey everybody, Jeff here. I just got my brand new kayak, as you can see from the FedEx truck video I posted. I'm excited to get started. I've never done kayak fishing before, done a lot of fishing here in the Keys and all around Florida, the West Coast, East Coast. And this is the Kingfish .65. I used it once before. My buddy had it. Real comfortable. You can sit high out of the water. It makes you feel very at ease, and you can stand up in it. So let's take a look. It just came, and it's in two pretty good sized boxes. So as you can see here, we got the two boxes. Came on a pallet. FedEx driver helped me get it to the door. Easy enough to get in by yourself. No worries there. One box a little bit heavier than the other. The outboard motor, well, the pedal outboard motor, it's shaped just like an outboard, is inside one of the boxes. So let's open these up and see what we got. So just opened it up, looks good. It's got plenty of bubble wrap, well protected. There was a hole on the other side of the box, so let's check that out, make sure it's all good. All right, it's in the plastic wrap. Looking good, no damage from the hole in the box. The bubble wrap did its job. The motor got a little banged up. Well, the box did. Let's see if the motor did. But it should be all good. This is the back end, and I will get it unwrapped right now. Take a look at it. It's looking good, exactly what I wanted. Got my rod holders for fishing. This is the control for the rudder. That's one of the features I really liked. You know, I have fished in a kayak once with a paddle, and if you get a big fish on, it's not good. It's kind of hard to control the fish and control the boat at the same time. The main reason I wanted to get this one, easy to use rudder controls, as you saw right here on the side, because I'm going to be sitting right there. That's the seat. I'm going to unwrap that next. But these rudder controls, very simple to use. They're on both sides. So if you're left-handed like me, you want to be able to fish with one hand and control the other. So whatever hand that you have engaged, you know, whatever you're doing, you'll be able to use the other to steer. Always important to know where you're going. Let's check out the seat. All right, seat unwrapped. I am starting to get excited. It's looking good. This is one of the main reasons I bought it, was for this seat. It's very comfortable. Like I only used it once, but I know it's going to be comfortable. It's got almost like a car feature where it has a lift up down here on the bottom. It's not installed yet. I still gotta attach it, but I just know that if you're going to be out there for, you know, 4 hours or more, gotta have a comfortable seat. And that's exactly why I wanted to get this particular model. Okay, so it came with a little bag of parts. Looks like I got a little bit of installation work. These look to be just parts for the seat and for the slide rail for down there. Of course, it came with the bungee that I'll be using to attach everything with. So we'll go through that here in a second. So let's check out the back storage. Always important on a kayak. Storage is a premium. Want to have it. This particular kayak, this should be a sealed lid. It is. Got the seal right here. Keep the water out. Nice sized bucket, plenty of storage space, also sealed on the other side, so there's a gasket on the lid and on the insert. And then you can see in here, excellent storage on both sides. Oh, it's awesome. It smells brand new. That's excellent. Here's what it looks like. Here's what it looks like without the seat. Got your nice foam padding where your feet are going to rest, and this is the back half. And a major feature of this particular kayak is that it splits in two, and it makes it very easy to load into your vehicle. I mean, I have a truck, but I don't want a trailer, and I don't want half the kayak sticking out the back, or to constantly be mounting it on the bed. This makes it very easy. Break it in two, take it to other places, because I think one of the most important things is seeing new places when you're out there, checking out new fishing holes, and just really exploring more. You don't want to be stuck, you know, putting it in one place and kind of thinking you got to stay there the rest of the day. So a little bit more about the seat. We got these clips I'm pretty sure that that's how it's going to attach to the front end. I've seen it done. It slides right in through here, almost like if you ever gone skiing or boarding, like a bootstrap that would clip right in through there and pull tight. And then of course these are the locks, the lower locks that grab onto that front end, so it holds together. And like I said, I've used it. I know it holds together well. So let's go check out the front end here. Actually, before we do the front end, I forgot one other feature that I wanted to show in the back here. This is actually the steering control. So when I go up to the front and I move this steering, it's controlled right through there, and you can actually see those turning. Now on top of the back here, we've got these little mounts. I'm sure that's for a motor, possibly a trolling motor or a jet motor, or additional storage that I can add to the back. I just wanted to show you those. The controls for the steering go right through here. You can see it's attached. It's a good, feels like nylon, should be very durable. Attaches on both sides, so it comes from here to here, and then from here back to the steering in the front. A little bit easier opening up this side. I guess practice makes perfect. As you can see, it is packaged nicely again. There's my paddle. Opened up the paddle. I guess it's all right. It was a promotion for Labor Day, and it'll work. Hopefully I won't have to use it that much. I'll be using the pedals. All right, the front is open. It is looking good. Same thing as the back half. The packaging, the box was punctured, but they packaged it really well. No issues so far. Looking good. Let's see some of the features. One of the best parts about this particular kayak is that it breaks into two pieces. It makes it very easy to store, but I think more importantly, it makes it really easy to go from place to place. You know, you can fit it in the back of my truck. I do have a full-size truck, but my buddy has a Jeep. His fits in the back of his vehicle. Little SUVs and stuff should be able to fit it right in the back of them, especially if that back seat folds down. Got my side rails. Sturdy, high quality metal, feels like aluminum. I can check that later. These are the two tabs I was talking about before, and basically this is what's gonna latch in there, almost like I said, like a ski boot. Clip, 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 locks it in. Of course, the inverse, where it's going to lock in to that other section, basically the female end. And then the padding, nice, comfortable when you're out there. Drain holes, of course the Kingfisher manual, gotta have that. Storage, check that out in a minute. And of course that is gonna be a premium on a kayak. More rails to mount things. Another bungee. Rails on both sides. Plenty of accessories can go on there. Rod holders, cup holders. Like I said, I'm new to this, so I'm sure there's a lot of other things that I'll need to add later on. Let's check out this front storage. Simple bungee comes right off. This should be sealed as well. Oh, the whole piece came off. There we go. Just the lid. You got your gasket. Keeps the water out. And then, of course, the storage bin inside also has the gasket. Nice, keep water out. Good amount of storage in there. Not enough to store rods. I know that some kayaks have that feature where you can lock up your gear if you're going to be staying overnight somewhere and you want it to be used to store your stuff, but those kayaks don't break in half and make it easy to go from place to place and store. So that's kind of like the trade-off, I guess, with the particular 0.65 Kingfisher, is that you're going to have to store your rods close to your camp if you are camping out. But it is sealed, keep water out, and I'm gonna have plenty of watertight bags and boxes anyway on top of that. All right, so there she is, ready to roll. Let's look at the back side, or the bottom I should say. This is where the motor's gonna stick out. As you can see, it's got Nice catamaran feature. I have stood up on my buddy, so I know you can stand up on it. He even cast netted off of there, so we were able to catch live bait with a cast net standing up on this kayak. And that was in completely calm water. There was a slight chop, a little bit of wind, but we were able to do it, and we had live bait for catching snapper. Always good. Bottom of the back end, it does not stand up on its own. There's a ledge on my floor here, so it's able to stand up the way I have it. So it will not stand up on its own. But this is the back portion of the boat, the stern essentially, and you can see good deep lines. Easy to stand up in it again, once again. Very comfortable. All right, let's check out the motor. Was a little bit banged up in the box. Sure, it's not the fault of the manufacturer or the shipper. We all know how FedEx and UPS treat packages. So let's check it out. So, good job by the manufacturer. It's bubble wrapped well. No damage so far. Let's peel this bad boy open. So everything came wrapped in a plastic bag. Everything I'm assuming I need. These look like the motor mounts, Allen keys, the pedals obviously, a little bit of hardware, actual head. It's going to be where it attaches. Like the mounts, propeller already attached, and then the only bit of damage, a little ding on the skag, and I'm sure that will be the first of many. And I thought I'd show this pretty cool little feature. It's got a little rubber handle. Makes it really easy to carry around with you when you're going from place to place. And speaking of carrying around, I have noticed that it is very light, especially when it's in two pieces. It's easy to handle it. The other kayak I've used, it basically took two people to handle it, one on the front, one on the back. Carrying it to the location where you're going to fish. So this one looks like I can easily take it apart, move it from place to place as needed. All right, so this is the mounting plate, and this mounting plate, when you first open the kayak, will be installed already. It'll be screwed in, it'll have some brackets with it, and if you're not going to use the motor, then this plate will just stay in there and it will keep water from coming up through where the motor goes in. But I've already installed the two adjustable clips, and those simply turn like so, and this is what locks the motor in place. So now I'm going to grab the motor real quick and we're going to put it together. Alright, so I had to remake the video about the motor installation. The first video I took when I first opened the kayak didn't work out. I couldn't upload it, so I'm going to remake it real quick. When you get the motor, the pedals will not be installed and the plate will not be installed. So you'll have to put those on yourself. The plate goes on really easy. It's one screw, and then these are marked left and right. They're very simple to put on. Just pop the screw in. It comes with the Allen key, so you don't even actually need any tools. It'll come with all the tools that you need. So to put it in, you're going to have your two brackets here, and these are spring loaded. You pull them up. When you're not using them, they'll be like that. To put the motor in, you pop them to the side. That's going to allow you to slide the motor in. The mounts right here will slide right in the back, push down, and then this will lock it into place. So I'm going to do it real quick. It fits fairly tight. I'll obviously make sure the propeller is in line. And like I said, it fits pretty tightly. So you're going to have to give it a good push when you first get it. Locks it into place. The motor's solid. You can see it's there. These will lock it in and it will keep it from moving around when you're out there. Locks it in good and solid. Pedals turn. And the propeller spins. And that pushes you forward. So let's say you're out there and you run aground, which I have done. So you can get stuck and you need to be able to take this out, or you get something in the propeller gets fouled and you need to take it out. So to take it out while you're sitting right here, you'll simply do the opposite. Obviously, you'll pull these up and you can pop it out. Oh, before I pop it out, one quick thing. Right there, that plate keeps a lot of stuff from popping up. And one of the coolest features that you find out once you start using it is that there'll be a little bit of seawater in here. And it's a perfect place for a sponge, like a sponge you use when you wash your dishes. So if your hands are getting dirty or filthy from dealing with bait or fish, you keep that sponge settled right in here, pick it up real quick, rinse your hands, throw it back. That's an excellent little side feature that I'm definitely going to make a video about here in the future. So anyway, back to it. You're out there, your propeller gets fouled, turn this, turn that, pops out, and of course make sure that your propeller is in line before you pop it out. So the next thing to do is mount the slides for the chair. Now the instructions you get aren't very detailed. In fact, they almost show you how the chair itself goes together, but that's already put together when you get the chair. The chair's already ready to go, as you can see right there. So that's already put together. You just have to do this last part right here, which is put this basic assembly, the slide, goes right in here, and then this is going to go right on top. It's those three pieces. You just simply take this, slide it in here in the back. It comes forward. Your washer goes on top, and now the seat is going to come down on top of that, and this is going to screw right on top of it. Okay, so originally I thought it went in the back section, but in reality, I found out that the clips actually go right here in the front section. So the front of the chair will actually go right onto that. Washer goes on, and that slides back, and that's where the chair is going to actually latch in. So this comes off, slides in, goes back, washer goes on, chair comes up, slides in, right like so. This other side. Those are both good to go. Now I just have to add the clamps. Let's go right down. Start this one off. Tightens up nice. Screws down fairly easy. A little tough on the first run here. You can loosen them. The chair's going to slide back and forth. There's in the front. Back section, I didn't hook it together yet. I was just seeing how it all fit. Okay, well, I've got it together, and the first time was a little bit challenging. I will say that these straps that put it together are a little bit tricky, but I think I just need to practice it a little bit more. I think they were pretty new and maybe need to get broken in a little bit. But once I lifted up on the back of the kayak, got it into position, lifted from the back, they popped right into place, and then they just simply latch down. A couple clicks and it's locked in. Well, let's see if I can get it back apart. All right, so back apart seems to be fairly easy. You just push down on this knob right here, lift up, push down, makes a good pop, that releases it, and then you're able to pull it apart. It's really a two-handed operation, so I'd like to show you, but I gotta try it out without it. So, a little bit challenging figuring out how to get it apart, but I think I've mastered it. So the key is that with your left hand, you'll pop this up, which allows the latch to disengage. And at the same time with your right hand, you pull up on the bottom of the kayak. This will lead to the strap completely coming out and the midsection disengaging. Just like that. It's really just that simple. You just push down on that latch, like I said, with your hand, and then you lift up on the back portion of the kayak here at the same time. It pops this latch, pulls this section up, and then this latch pops right off, and then you're disconnected. Okay, so here she is, completely put together. Seat installed, snapped together, ready to go. Seat came together nicely. That was easy to put on. Figuring out how to latch it together. It is going to take a few trial runs before you figure out the intricacies of it. But once you do and you get it put together and pull it back apart a few times, you'll get it no problem. Basically, when you put it together, you just have to make sure that the latch is up and curved up, and that it is in the correct part of the receiving end of the latch. Once you then pull up and snap in, they'll automatically lock in, and then you just quickly pop it a couple times and it's locked in. Taking it back out, like I said, you pop this at the same time using your opposite hand. You lift up from the base and it will simply slide apart. Getting it apart is much easier than putting it together, which I kind of like, because when I'm taking it apart, it's usually going to be the end of the day. So it's together and I'm ready to roll. This probably isn't the smartest thing to do, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's feeling good. I'm ready to rock. Let's go. See you on the water. I'll take that from you, sir.